1 minute ago, her name changed everything. Kim Kardashian, once silent, now center stage in the most explosive celebrity trial of the decade. The Diddy trial just unleashed a bombshell that's got Hollywood reeling. A hidden backstage encounter from years ago, now laid bare in a courtroom showdown. What went down that night? Why did Kim keep it under wraps? And why does Diddy look like he's losing his grip? Stick with me till the end as we unravel this jaw-dropping story, piece by shocking piece. Hit that like button if you're ready for the truth, and let's dive in. Picture this: a packed courtroom, the air thick with tension, murmurs rippling through the crowd like a storm brewing. For weeks, the Diddy trial has been serving headline after headline, each one crazier than the last. But then, boom! The prosecution drops Kim Kardashian's name, and the room freezes. Pens stop scribbling. The court sketch artist, mid-doodle, looks like she's seen a ghost. Even Diddy, who's been sitting there like an ice sculpture, cracks. A twitch in his jaw, a hard swallow, a glance at his lawyer, who's suddenly paler than a sheet. It wasn't a dramatic reveal. The prosecution played it cool, sliding a sealed document into evidence. The judge unseals it, reads Kim's name, and the whole vibe shifts. Why? Because this isn't just a name drop. The document points to a backstage encounter from nearly a decade ago at the 2016 Iconic Sound Awards. Kim was there to present, Diddy was headlining, and something went down in his private VIP lounge. No formal complaint was ever filed, no public statement made, but whispers of that night have haunted the industry like a ghost story. A third-party witness, a backstage worker, says they saw Kim leave that lounge, eyes red, clutching her phone, saying just one thing: "I shouldn't have gone in." That's not proof of a crime, but it's a thread. And the prosecution? They're ready to pull it until the whole story unravels. Let's rewind to 2016. The Iconic Sound Awards are in full swing. Glitz, glamour, and egos so polished you could see your reflection in them. Kim Kardashian rolls up, looking like she stepped out of a fairy tale in a gown that's basically liquid glass. But behind that camera-ready smile, she's exhausted. She's been dodging controversies left and right, and the last thing she needs is another headline. Her plan? Present an award, snap a few pics, and dip out before the crowd gets wild. Then comes the message. Mr. Combs would like to say hello backstage. Kim's no stranger to Diddy. They've crossed paths at a million events, shared friends, navigated Hollywood's golden circle where secrets move faster than a viral tweet. But something about this invite feels off. Still, she agrees, a quick hello, right? She's led through layers of security, past publicists with headsets, into a roped-off VIP area shrouded in dark curtains. It's quiet. Too quiet. Like stepping into the eye of a storm. Only a handful of people are there. A stylist, a DJ, one security guard, and Diddy. He greets her with a smile. Calm, cool, calculated. They chat. She compliments his performance. He thanks her for presenting. But then the vibe shifts. Diddy leans in, his voice dropping low. You ever feel like the world watches you so hard you stop knowing what's real? Kim hesitates. He smiles, not the warm kind, the kind that makes a room feel smaller. Then he says it. Some of us, we're protected. We build layers, silence, control. What was that? A confession? A test? Kim's not sure, but she knows one thing. She needs to get out. A staffer interrupts, saying she's needed on stage. She grabs the excuse, bolts for the door, but Diddy calls after her. You're smart to go now. Not everyone knows when to leave. It's not a threat. It's not a compliment. It's something else. And it sticks with her as she speed walks down that hallway, past the flashing lights, and out the venue's back door. Kim didn't tell anyone that night. Not her stylist, not her team, not even Kanye. How do you explain a feeling? How do you report a moment that didn't cross a line but still left a mark? So she buried it. For years. Until now. Fast forward to the trial. That sealed document? It's a statement from a backstage worker who saw Kim leave Diddy's lounge. And then, a photo leaks. Show a blurred reenactment of the photo Kim, mid-turn in a dimly lit hallway, arms crossed tight, eyes looking down. Diddy's just a few feet behind her, leaning forward. No glamour, no flash, just a raw, frozen moment. The internet loses it. Kim Kardashian connected to Diddy trial. Backstage encounter resurfaces. Her phone's blowing up. Friends, brands, even Kris Jenner, who's navigated every crisis in stilettos, sounds rattled. Kim's staring at that photo, reliving that exact second, and her stomach twists. Not because of what happened, but because of how close it came to something worse. Her lawyer's in damage control mode. Kim, you're not accused of anything, but if they subpoena you, you've got a choice: stay quiet or speak and control the narrative. Neither feels right. Silence means the world fills in the blanks. Speaking means reshaping the trial and her life. Meanwhile, Diddy's team is in full panic. They slam a motion to suppress Kim's name, calling it hearsay, a cheap shot, a circus, but the judge, he's not having it. If the name's on record and the event can be corroborated, the jury deserves to know. The temperature in that courtroom drops to Arctic levels. Diddy's jaw clenches. His eyes lock on the judge, not defiant anymore, but calculating. Then comes the moment that flips the script. The court approves a pre-recorded video statement from Kim, filmed under oath, no edits, just her truth. Cue reenactment of Kim on a monitor. She's not the red carpet Kim, hair pulled back, minimal makeup, raw. "I've thought about this night for a long time," she says, voice steady but heavy. "I never wanted to make it more than it was, but I also didn't want to lie to myself about what it meant." She pauses, remembering. That night felt different. Not right away, but in the way the room felt smaller, quieter, controlled. He never touched me, never said anything threatening, but he didn't have to. You can tell when someone's testing you, watching you. The courtroom is silent. Even Diddy, who's been scoffing at testimony, freezes. Kim continues. "I remember thinking, why is there only one exit? Why does it feel like I'm being watched from every corner?" I made an excuse, smiled the way women do when they're trying to leave without a scene. I didn't tell anyone. Not my mom, not Kanye, because what am I going to say? That a man made me feel uncomfortable. That's not news. That's survival. Pause. Let the weight sink in. The video ends, and the courtroom sits in stunned silence. The prosecution doesn't need to say more. The defense? They've got nothing. For the first time, Diddy's lawyer doesn't jump up with an objection. He just scribbles, like he's trying to erase what everyone just heard. But Kim's words aren't a smoking gun. They're a crack in the wall. And once a crack appears, everything starts to shake. Kim's statement doesn't just shake the courtroom. It sets Hollywood on fire. News outlets loop her video like it's the Zapruder film, with pundits dissecting every pause, every tremble, every glance. Body language experts flood talk shows, debating whether Kim's steady tone means she's holding back or finally letting go. Social media? It's a full-on inferno. Old clips resurface. Kim looking tense near Diddy at a 2017 gala, sidestepping him at a 2018 charity event. Fans piece it together like detectives, tweeting, "We should have known." Then, Kylie Jenner drops a nuclear bomb. At midnight, she posts that photo. The leaked one of Kim in the hallway, Diddy looming behind her. No caption, no emoji, just silence that screams louder than any words. The internet melts. Was Kylie there? Did she know? Comments flood in, begging for answers, but Kylie stays quiet, letting the image do the talking. Even Kris can't spin this one. Her usual crisis playbook is useless against a story this big. Then, Diddy pulls the ultimate plot twist. He bails on court. His lawyer, looking like he's aged a decade overnight, stands up and mumbles, "Mr. Combs is invoking his right not to be present." Dramatic sting. A right? Sure. But let's be real, it's a straight-up retreat. The guy who's spent decades owning every room he walks into just left one empty. His chair sits there, a silent indictment, as whispers ripple through the gallery. Is he dodging something worse? Is he gone for good? The prosecution smells blood in the water. They don't overplay it. They don't need to. They roll out security logs from the 2016 Iconic Sound Awards and a dozen other events, all showing the same pattern. Private VIP zones, no cameras, no guest logs, all under Diddy's iron grip. A 3D reconstruction of that 2016 Backstage layout hits the courtroom screen. Red lines marking the VIP lounge with one way in, one way out, and zero oversight. A former assistant takes the stand, voice steady, but eyes haunted. VIP zone protocols were strict. Phones were signed in, hallways cleared after 9:30. Mr. C didn't want uninvited eyes. The jury's pens stop moving. A production coordinator from that night steps up next. I saw Kim come out of the lounge, moving like she was underwater. She asked for the side exit, said, "I shouldn't have gone in there," then hid behind sunglasses and left. That line, "I shouldn't have gone in," lands like a grenade. It's the second time the jury's heard it, and now it's not just Kim's memory. It's a corroborated truth. The cracks keep spreading. An A-list actress, a former music video star from the early 2000s, posts on Instagram, "That hallway." I never said a word either. No context, just a gut punch. The internet calls it the quiet reckoning. A singer posts a black square with enough. A model shares a photo of a locked door. A choreographer tweets a single emoji, a key. Each post is a pebble, but together, they're an avalanche, bearing the silence Diddy's empire thrived on. The prosecution keeps piling on. Internal emails flash on the screen, subject lines like special guest shielding and VIP clearing protocols. A former publicist testifies there were rooms you didn't go near unless invited. And those rooms? They weren't about music or networking. They were about control. The jury leans forward, locked in. Diddy's team tries to fight back with objections. Relevance! Hearsay. But it's like tossing paper into a bonfire. The final nail comes from a former assistant who worked for a Diddy-affiliated company in 2015. "I saw celebrities leave those rooms crying. Girls sent home, their names erased from guest lists. We all knew what was happening, but we told ourselves it's just the industry." Her voice breaks. "Then I saw Kim that night in 2016, sunglasses on at night, moving like she needed to escape her own skin. I quit a year later. I couldn't carry it anymore." The courtroom is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The jury doesn't need theatrics. They've got the truth, and it's heavier than any closing argument. This trial isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's a reckoning for an entire industry. Kim Kardashian didn't just break her silence. She shattered a wall, giving voice to countless others who've been quiet too long. The jury's still deliberating, but the world's verdict is already in. Diddy's untouchable empire is crumbling, one raw truth at a time. What happens next? Will Kim take the stand in person? Could this spark a wave of new revelations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm reading every single one. If this story blew your mind, smash that like button and subscribe to CelebSpill for the hottest celebrity news delivered straight to you. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Because trust me, this saga is far from over. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned for more.